Hi. Mm, that's a map of geothermal potential in Europe, all the red ones, and it shouldn't come as any surprise that many of those places are volcanic. There is hot springs and hot water and stuff. Underground connected everything together through water. And that's the latest windy satellite picture. And if you compare where it rains the most or where we have the most action going on, it's quite well correlating with what we see on that map here. It's this one. That's Clermont-Ferrand, French volcano. Then here we have the Koblenz region, where we had the mudslide. And there's, you see the little red dot, there's also a volcano close there, and there's stuff everywhere. Of course, Italy. It's just interesting to watch how they somehow correlate those weather events with the things in the ground. And if we put on, let's make it like that. If we put on the satellite, the weather radar, if you check out where it's like those yellowish colors, here we have yellowish color, here we have geothermal activity, here we have a little of this yellowish color, and we have geothermal activity. And probably also here in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Then there are quite a few thunderstorms, lightning strikes. So yeah, I want to show you probably a quick video about lightning. Was really important to understand about lightning. Yeah, this is a video I found just like now about upward lightning, slow motion. It's crucial to understand that the lightning doesn't just come from above. It has to make a connection to the ground, which means there has to be something in the ground too. Otherwise, it can't strike the ground. Which means there's every now and then really nicely visible to see how it emerges upwards, not downwards, and then it gets connected on the path of least resistance. So with all this volcanic activity, what we have going on in Switzerland, remember, like the lightning strikes, there is something, some charge in the ground already. That's why I think thunderstorms follow electromagnetic currents in the ground. So let's watch a few seconds of a video. Yeah, that's slow-mo. But it's really easy noticeable how it's somehow coming upwards, and there's an unimaginable amount of energy induced into the ground through that. And this energy doesn't just disappear, it will transform into something else. Seismic activity. Like heating up something which will react to something else. Yeah, that's a steady flow of energy to the ground. What do you need to melt rock? You need heat. And if you put this kind of thing there for a fair amount of time, I will bet that you get something melted. You get a fulgurite, and it just depends on the intensity of the lightning strike, how big the fulgurite is. And you can buy fulgurites. They're like 2 centimeters, or like even a little bit bigger ones. But the thing is, it is scalable, really scalable. Like a small fulgurite, 2 centimeters, petrified lightning. And if you think about how small Earth is, or our sun compared to other suns in just our galaxy, it's really small. We have a really small one, which means our planet is really small. It's already small compared to the planets we have in our own solar system. And if you continue this thought about size and the possible amount of energy which is out there, just not in our own galaxy, like in everywhere, all the galaxies, all planetary systems, all suns. It's like endless. It's literally, compared to our size, it's almost endless. The amount of energy which is out there. And since we went through a really stable stage of our planet, nothing really happened for many hundred years. And now things are starting to change. Like jet streams, they started to like really obviously change about a year ago. But every now and then they went somehow back to their places. But now they don't go back anymore. If you watch the wind patterns and all this kind of stuff, so lightning will also just intensify. As people in Middle Europe probably noticed, and many other places around the world. So now we have La Palma waking up, Iceland. There's now 3 volcanoes. One is under a glacier which is melting a huge amount of fresh water which is just flowing into the ocean and furthermore disrupts the Gulf Stream system because of the difference in salinity. And there's also a conductive differential between fresh water and salt water. And the interesting thing is it's just happening. Like Iceland is on top of those fault line systems, like the fault line which Iceland It sits on top. It's almost straight connected to the South Pole. There's a three cross just close to where all the big earthquakes happened in the Antarctica. And there are also the LLSVPs, or however low shear, low velocity zones, those huge lava plumes. And it's not that long known that La Palma and all the Canary Islands are connected to this LLSVP. For example, as far as I know, Yellowstone supervolcano isn't actually a supervolcano anymore because it is not connected anymore to the LLSVPs. It's still a big volcano, no doubt about that. But it's just a crucial difference if it is connected to one of those like unimaginable big lava magma chambers underneath. Because yeah, there could like really something coming up there. Like a huge amount of lava is there stored. And obviously it's rising. And even though there's like lightning strikes happening there in Germany, like into the ground, inducing energy into the ground, but since everything is connected, this has the potential to influence like large areas. Energy gets transferred to other places, and no one can claim that there is no action going on in Germany, seismically speaking, because we had this mudslide in Koblenz, where are like volcanoes and Lachersee and all this kind of stuff. So it's really interesting to see. And if someone hears or sees something about any thermal spring anomaly, I mean, if there's some news in some regional paper about like, yeah, now it has been closed because of the flu, but now we have to close it because it's just the water is not the same anymore. It's too hot, too much minerals. It got poisonous or whatever. You know, this kind of thermal spring, or like if there's some geothermal facility to produce electricity and they have some error, they have to shut down for whatever reason, or if there's something going on which doesn't seem to be normal, I would really be interested to know about that. Yeah, that far. I leave it here. Thanks. Bye.